Hello and welcome back to the channel, where today I will again be playing Lawn Mowing Simulator. So, I have made quite a bit of progress since the last time I played this game on the channel. My business is now, I have changed the name to be a bit more professional. It's Service Lawns, we have a new logo. A net worth of 175,593.33 pounds, which is quite a lot. We have 5,800 pounds in the bank, and we are almost at the professional rank. So, today, well, first, we have an employee and a second mower now. The second mower is this electric Stiga Tornado 7108E. Which is a pretty decent mower. Our main mower now is the Stiga Park Pro 540iX, which is a pretty good mower. It has a good mowing deck. It's pretty powerful, so it doesn't bog down too much, and it's just pretty great all around. We have two Stiga SBC 900D AE trimmers, weed whackers, and yeah. Oh yeah, let me, boom, repaid the loan too. So no more interest on that. Awesome. Yeah, our employee is Roman Clark. This is his info. I say gesturing at the screen, which you cannot see. He's pretty well trained. I have basically built him up from nothing. But, so yeah, I'm gonna assign him to the Orchard Cottage Garden. And I am going to do the Dutchman's Lookout at Ripley Park, which is not a level I have done before. Not a lawn I have done before. So I'm excited to go give it a try. Let's get started. Alright. Looks like the grass is already at a decent length, so the mower shouldn't bog down too much. It isn't the nicest day out, but what can you do? Work is work no matter what. Wow. This is pretty cool. So, we have to, oh geez, there's so much space. We have to collect the objects from the grounds. Looks like nothing on this one. Let's see here. We better get paid a decent amount for this grounds collection. I don't see anything yet. Man, this is quite hilly too. Hopefully the mower doesn't bog down too much on these hills. It's pretty powerful though. It has a Honda V-twin engine, which is pretty sweet. It never bogs down on anything, and it sounds, well, it does bog down on some things in wet and in really high grass, but mostly it doesn't bog down, and it sounds really nice. Man, I'm not seeing anything to pick up. I'm gonna be honest, this might be, I think doing this whole search would add a little bit longer to the video than I want. So, I'm gonna skip the grounds check. Alright, let's get started here. Listen to that Honda V-twin roar. Lift up the deck. So this is an out front mower, which is a different style of mower than I've ever used before. Well, I've used this one quite a bit now. You can see I've got 3.2 hours on it. But this was my first out front mower. And, well, this looks like a decent section of the lawn to start on. So let's start here. Let's see. 6.5 centimeter cut. And away we go. As you can see, this is a really nice ground, so I've got to be careful not to damage anything. I don't want to damage the grounds or the flower beds or anything. Yeah. This honestly seems like in real life would probably be a 2-hour job, but what do I know? I don't really know what lawn mowing services are like over in UK. This is my only experience with it. It seems like everything in this game is a single mower job. I don't think you can ever have multiple mowers on a job. So I'm probably going to do 2 laps of the headlands here. Laps of the headlands sounds alright to me. Oop. There we go. And we'll get to the upper downs. One thing I love about the graphics in this game is that every single blade of grass seems to be simulated, and so it's not like Farming Simulator where you're kind of cutting in chunks. This is properly, every blade of grass is done. So really you can do the up and downs in whatever direction you want and it doesn't look weird. Alright, so let's see here. Probably I'll do it this way. This is a very maneuverable mower. You can see it's an articulated unit, which I think is really cool. It's like a big Steiger tractor, or a Versatile or something. But, let's go right up the middle here. Establish a good lawn mowing system in this game, what stuff I do in what order, but sometimes I forget my mental checklist. Oh yeah, and you leave wheel marks in the grass, which I think is also really cool. There's some nice little visual touches in this game that I really like. Yeah. So this is already 10% done in 4 minutes, so I'm gonna say probably 40 minutes sounds like a reasonable time to have this all done in. Maybe quicker, because some of the bigger sections will be able to do the up and downs more. Not more work, you know. I love picking up and lowering the deck on the out front. It's just cool. Those flowers. This half of the lawn is already pretty well. this thing can go really fast, up to 12 kilometers an hour mowing speed, which is really rapid. And kind of makes up for the... Well, it's not exactly a small cutting deck. This is the biggest tractor I've had yet, as far as cutting deck size goes. But it's not as big as other mowers in its weight class, but it can go really fast and it doesn't bog down a lot. So it really punches above its weight, I should say. Alright, let's get to this side. The articulation is really nice compared to a conventional lawn tractor. The articulation is a really cool feature. It's great for maneuvering and all that. And this motor seems to have a bit of suspension too, which doesn't, I mean, gameplay-wise, it doesn't really matter a bunch, but it's cool to see. So I've turned it down to be a little bit more realistic. But actually, I might turn it back up a little bit. There we go. I love the ambient soundscape in this game. It's so nice to hear the birds and all that singing. Probably get to that a little bit there next. This part seems to just be a bunch of little bits. Well, maybe not exactly little, but a bunch of bits. Connected car. I can put onion. No. As good a section as I need to start on. I'll include the same thing here, a couple of laps of headlamps, then proceed to the other ones. Oh man, is that a great big wind turbine over there? Looks like there's a few. I like that the setting of this game is really consistent with the set decoration. They've done a really good job with that. It doesn't feel like it's all just slapped together or in a bunch of different places. It feels like you're actually working in a local area, which is a really cool feeling. That's something I like about Farming Simulator too, is that it makes me feel really local. Right. This is the thing. The description for this one said that this is a listed building, which is interesting, a listed structure, which in the UK means that it is on a historical registry and it can't be altered and needs to be protected from harm. So we're going to do our best not to damage any of the buildings here. Is that a greenhouse? Sorry, I'm just going to get off the mower quick and take a look at that. Oh, that is a really cool little greenhouse. cool. Oh. I think I accidentally changed the cutting blades there. Oh well. No, I didn't. I don't know what I just did. Oh. I stalled it. I didn't raise the throttle before starting. There we go. Let's zoom here. Almost 10 kilometers an hour. That's big combine levels of working speeds. The second lap of the headlamps is always easier. I might maybe divide this bit of a line up into multiple sections. We'll see. Because it seems like there could be some reasonable divisions here. Pretty much done with some headlamps. Alright, so here's a little bump into the light post there. Here's my plan. I think here, maybe here, this way would be a good division point for this thing. So I'm going to go right up the middle here. Seems reasonably sensible. Crap. Bumped into the paving a little bit. And, alright. So I'm gonna proceed this way. Actually, before I get to that, I should go around most of this. So I don't eat up any flowers when I proceed with the other rooms. So these are some really nice flower displays in there. It'd be a shame if they were damaged. Very good. Let's see, zooming back to the start of our up and downs. I do like you can hear the hydros whirring on this one. Because I believe that the drive system for this mower is hydraulic driven motors. So the engine that Honda V-twin powers a hydro pump, then everything on the motor is powered, or on the mower I should say, is powered by that pump. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Alright. So yes, I believe that is how this mower works. Kind of like the hydraulics on an excavator. But yeah, the sounds of these mowers are really well. I really like the sounds of the electric mowers too. They have their own unique hum to the motors and everything. Birds chirping. this game does actually simulate the wheels being driven and all of that, which sounds obvious. It sounds like everything should do that, but not every game does that. Not every game simulates at least some of the wheels being driven. I think off the top of my head, one of the old Need for Speed games I think I played. I haven't played a Need for Speed game anytime recently, like the series, but all the wheels were driven, I think, even on cars that are supposed to be rear-wheel drive, which doesn't really make sense, does it? But what can you do? I get that there are different priorities for different developers and all that. There we go. Let's really floor it. Seen a lawn tractor like this in America. I think that, well, I know that Stiga is a European brand. I don't know if they sell in the States or in Canada. But I don't know if I've ever seen an articulated mower exactly like this in the States. Or in Canada for that matter. The markets are pretty similar. So, it seems they just do things a little bit differently over in Europe. And I guess maybe maneuverability is more important over there because of the smaller working spaces. So that could be a reason why. Because that is definitely the big ups for this design is the mobility of the vehicle. Oh, already had the demo. It's just a really cool little tractor. Put it at third person so you can see it better. I will say, I don't remember if I mentioned this the last video I did, but I wish they modeled the exhaust for these mowers. That would be really cool to see a bit of exhaust fumes coming out of it. That would be really nice to see. But, oh yeah, so I also adjusted the uniform for the company to be, I think, a little bit more professional looking, a little bit more lawn carry looking. Is that an uncut bit there? No. What? Sorry, just need a second. Alright. Go back to first person. We are picking up the commercial contracts now, not just houses anymore. Like obviously we've got this part. I've got some work at the riding school, some work at the pub, or the pub at the HMO. I'm not sure if it's called the HMO or what. But yeah, so proper groundskeeping work now. I think that's pretty cool. Makes it feel a bit more like a business, even though obviously lawn care businesses do serve individual customers as well, like individual houses and all that. But it feels pretty cool still. Right. Let's crazy to think that this is 45% done already. It doesn't feel like that much. But, I guess we have covered some significant sections of the lawn. This our system here, our up and down system. Which I don't know if this is actually the most efficient for lawn mowing. I'm doing it because this is what you do in Farming Simulator. I don't know if this is actually how you go about mowing the lawn as a professional, but it's what I know, so I'm doing it. And with the headlamps and then the up and downs. Well, the nice thing with grass is that it's not like harvesting a field where you can't drive through it before you've started. So you can drive through it and take care of obstacles and stuff. Almost done with this section here. Let's get a better view of that section. I think maybe cutting through it this way would be good. So let's go. Let's roll. Completion level for this. Oh, 99.9%. Yeah, that is going to be a really good game. Now you can finish up before you've done the whole 99%. So you still get most of the reputation. Feels like a bit of a cheat to not do it all. They're paying for a lawn mowing and trimming, we should get along. So we should at least do our best, you know? Unplug the controller here quick, and yeah, so I have a more comfortable grip on it. This, how about we go this way? Ways. Or highways. I'm not sure which ways. That seems like it might be a bit more efficient. This is just a little section here. So I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I saw a funny mod for Doom called Lawnmower Doom. I think it was called Lawnmower Doom. And, well, it does what it says on the label. And it is Doom with a lawnmower, which I thought was quite funny. You get to mow your lawn. First person shooter, which is fun. You can ride it around on other levels of the game. Jump and everything. It's like a super mower. Alright, so now to the other section. Up again soon. The developers of this game are Skyhook Games are planning on making another lawn simulator game. I'd love it if they did, because this is great. Wouldn't it be cool if they did it in another country? Like, for example, America or Canada. That would be really cool. I don't know if that's in the cards. About 4 gallons-ish, I think. And we've used an eighth of that, so we've used half a gallon. Which is, I don't know exactly where that ranks in fuel efficiency for lawnmowers. Alright, let's do this bit. Oh, the deck is already lowered. himself. I don't know if he was fully capable of it. That's not related to the game. That's just a funny thing. Done. And I think I will be going straight down the middle for the up and downs. Well, let's do the first up and down and the first the deck and away we go. Luckily, the height of the grass isn't too bad here. That's good. So, you don't have to worry too much about bogging down. Alright. Away we go. This should be a lot more straightforward, I think. No having to divide it up into parts or anything. So, on the subject of Britain, I guess we weren't talking about Britain. This is a British game set in Britain. Me and my mom watched Paddington 2 yesterday, which she didn't remember seeing, but apparently she had seen it. And I don't think I ever saw it, so it was new to me. That was a great movie. I liked the train section, and the prison bit was surprisingly good. I didn't expect it to be so good. And the prisoners came back and saved him. Well, I don't know how much of a spoiler that is. It's probably something that was in the trailer or something. But it's also a movie that came out in 2015, so I probably don't have to be too worried about spoiling it. But, yeah, it was a great movie. And, well, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but it did get me in the mood for more lawn mowing sim. Just because it was also in Britain. A bit of a taste of Britain. I like, when I'm playing a game and I'm having fun with it, I like to watch movies and stuff that kind of line up with the theming of it. So, Paddington 2 is good for that. Just a really nice movie, you know? This is going much faster. It's hard to believe we're already 8% done. Orchard Cottage. I got it confused with Rowley Manor, which is a little manor that has a nice... I'd love to know the front one. So for now. Alright. So, done that part of the headlands. Now we're doing this part. Unbelievable progress so far. Doing very good. Okay. I might speed up and skip through the trimming section. I'll see how much trimming has to be done. So, fun fact, apparently in the UK, they call a weed whacker a strimmer, a string trimmer, which I thought was interesting. And there are lines in this game where there are sections you can only get the weed whacker. So the weed whacker is a much more broad purpose tool in this game than it would be over here at least. So I found that interesting. Usually in like the back gardens of people's houses is where that applies. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else other than the back gardens of people's houses where you absolutely must get sections of the weed whacker or the quote-unquote strimmer. Excuse me. It was a bit nicer of the day, but well, that's Britain for you, isn't it? Kind of gray and dismal weather a lot of the time. On my last contract, it was raining, which I couldn't believe that you would mow the lawn in the rain, but I guess in Britain you don't have any other choice. But it does make the lawnmower bog down. That's basically the thing, is it makes the lawnmower have to work a lot harder. And it was tall grass. It was in the orchard of the Orchard Cottage. It was an alright job though. Pretty easy. So, alright, let's see. What if this is ours? So I don't think we're going over there. No, we're not. So it looks like we just have some little bits to do now. Still can this. Try not to eat any flowers. I was hoping I was hoping there would be a redemption of Mr. Curry, because, I mean, Mr. Curry in the Paddington movies is not a good guy, but I want him to be a good guy because I like his actor. I think he's, who is he? He was a Doctor Who. He was one of the Doctor Who's. I can't remember what his name is. I think David Tennant is the younger one, isn't he? Sure. But anyways, I like him as an actor, and I don't like to not like him as a character. Not over there. I should probably drive on the pathway. Speed. No, not over there. Using our professional vision. Ripley Park. Ah, yes. This is the bit we have to get. There we go. Careful not has taken maybe a little bit longer than I would have hoped. But what can you do, really? So I think this is the final section here that we have to do, and then it's time for the strimmer. String trimmer, as it were. This has taken a while, but at the same time, I would say it's been a pretty fun job. So, I mentioned this, game to a YouTuber like the British Ace, who, as you might guess, is British. He plays simulator games. He's very good. But anyways, I mentioned it to him, and I was like, what do you think of it? Have you ever played it? He was like, yeah, I've played it. I found it mentally draining. I was like, oh, I guess he didn't like it as much as I did. But that's alright. People have different tastes. Oh, there's another bit. I would have missed that. Oh, yeah. So, let's see. Careful with the flowers. Centimeter cutting deck. So I'm not sure how that translates to inches. But looks like done as much as we can do with the lawnmower. Now it's time for the strimmer. I think though I will fast forward through that. So let's just pick this up. No, it was already raised. So, I will see you on the end of this. that is our cutting of this lawn complete. So I'm gonna head out. So last time I said I thought this truck was a Ford F-150. I think I was completely wrong. I think this is supposed to be like a modern Toyota Hilux pickup. As sold in the UK with right-hand drive. But, let's look at our work. I think I did a pretty decent job here. Got 99.9% completion. Did everything toe to tip. Pretty good. Ground check failed, so we didn't get the money from that, but honestly, the ground check would have been a lot of work, I think, and it would have added more time than I wanted to this video. But, no damage to the vehicle, a little bit of damage to the blades, and a little bit of fuel sipped. Complete your first part contract, awesome. And, looks like our guy, Mr. Clark, completed, the garden at the Orchard Cottage okay. Oh man, he destroyed 3 pounds worth of flowers, and he did 2 pounds worth of collisions, which is not great. But, what can you do? And we have earned the company title Professional. Oh man, I was hoping we would get some extra contracts out of that, but I guess not. But, I'm just gonna maintain our vehicles, do a bit of repair, fuel her up. Doesn't do a great job taking care of these tractors, but what can you do? Anyways, this is oh, and let's recharge the trimmers. All right, so thank you all for watching. Have a good one. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment in the comments. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, hopefully good stuff like this. So have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye for now.